Hey everybody, thanks for checking in as always. I got some notes I got to share with you here. So the crypto markets are moving, but it's not price is not the biggest driver right here. Okay, it's the regulatory framework. And so there's a lot of people that don't understand this. Yeah, we did have the Genius Act and everything like that, but this Clarity Act is what is truly going to create things that are more black and white. So there's less uncertainty in the crypto space. Okay. So I'll just go through real quick here. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, they're all reaching some type of technical zones here. Okay. Well, the Clarity Act is finally approaching a real decision window. They don't know. I think they're going to vote on January, but it won't be mid-year until mid 26, to where the full thing gets put in place. So let's look at a couple charts. Okay, I'm going to show you. Let's start off with our Bitcoin chart here. Over on the side, try not to. Okay, we're going to keep on a shorter term situation. We've been in a basic, pretty good downward bear market scenario back here since, it was early October into November. Downward, downward, downward. And we broke out of the trend lines right where this arrow is and kind of moving sideways. And so I got a little bit hopeful. Over here you can see where I put these upward small trend lines. But the thing is, we bounced off that key support at 89. We're not able to get back into 90 right now. Okay, now like I said, it's a lot of it has to do with this clarity thing. Okay, it's not. Don't worry about the price action right now. Okay, because if you go over here on the Ethereum, oh, I did put the triangle, man, the symmetrical triangle long term. We are coming to an head. You see this, people? We only have a couple more days to determine which way to go. And just remember, technicals is just showing us price action, volume, the things that we are looking at physically right here today. These fundamentals with the regulation and everything like that, that's another part of the discussion that is equally important, because that can change, as we have all seen. One post on social media can change this whole thing, and then we break those support lines and it goes in that direction. Okay, either way. And now we can see it sideways. Okay, Ethereum sideways. We're right at this. I think a critical level is this 2000, this 2700. Okay, right here, I think is a really critical thing. We just keep bouncing off of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is going to be the 10th test if it continues in that direction. Thing is, if it breaks it, we're going down to 2500. Okay, that's why I'm kind of waiting. I'm not going to buy yet, because I need to see which direction we're going to go here. Okay, that's what I'm looking at on this one. Let's go over here to XRP. That's a different chart that I was looking at. This is, nope, not futures. We want to look at this XRP chart. See, here's an example of what I was saying. See this symmetrical triangle? It was a very similar looking situation as the Ethereum. We dipped below and then broke this support level. I had one at the 195, and then also the closer to 2, the $2, and then the 195. We broke both of them, and then bloop bloop. Telling you, this is clockwork. See this? This is the next bounce right off that 170. Some people are saying 172. I had it closer to 175. It bounced up, but kind of a dead cat bounce, right? There's no steam to keep it going, so we're just going to see another test. I'm telling you, that's exactly what's going on here. I'm not going to buy more until I see what that next support level is in a strong sense. Okay, those are our main caps. We're not going to look at we don't need to look at the smaller caps or the altcoins right here. Let me just continue with this narrative on what we're talking about in the space here as a whole. So just Bitcoin's kind of behaving like a macro asset, kind of waiting on policy clarity. Okay, not collapsing from fear. We're just seeing these technical movements that are doing things like textbook. Okay, it's not these crazy movements like we saw back on Doomsday, the October 6th or whatever, on that post that the president did where it just dropped off the table. We're not seeing that. Okay, we're just seeing normal action without clarity in some regards. Okay, so let's see here. That's that structural layer. So Ethereum's long-term value is tied to how it's regulated. That's the narrative we're talking about. XRP is one of the best examples of this. Okay, because Ripple has been in these lawsuits forever. It got solidified and released. Okay, mid 25, we saw that XRP is not a security. Cool. What is it? Okay, it's not a commodity because there is a company behind it. We got Ripple behind the XRP project. So what is it? And I think that's why we haven't seen, we saw that rally to the all-time high, but it's been a bear market ever since there. Regulation matters. It truly matters at this level of the game with this much money, these many retail investors involved. Regulation has to support consumers against criminals. I mean, that's the bottom line of this thing. Because it's if you don't put the regulation in place, some of these smaller projects, listen, we don't want to see a Sam Bankman-Fried issue ever again in our life. And that's what a lot of this is trying to prevent. And again, people, do not do something when you don't understand exactly what you're buying or selling. It's very important. If you're in there clicking buttons and you're not quite sure what's going on, just take a step back. You gotta know where you're putting your hard-earned money when it comes time to click that button. Okay, and so the people with the FTX scandal, they didn't know. I'm not saying that people weren't smart. I mean, there's NBA players, coaches, huge Hollywood icons that are throwing money in trust of someone when they don't know what they're actually doing. Just let's live and learn from that kind of stuff. Okay, what is the Clarity Act? So it's designed to define digital assets as securities or commodities. Number 2, sign clear oversight for the SEC or the CFTC. Now, and also create consistent rules for exchanges and intermediaries. Okay, it already passed the House. Okay, with this Genius Act, the delay's been in the Senate. Like I said, I do believe the Senate is going to vote in January. That's what I've heard and seen in print in my research here. Okay, so what are the timelines? Okay, yeah, January 2026 Senate committee markup expected. Okay, final vote, but it's a major step. Okay, so after the markup, full Senate vote, presidential approval after that. What do you think is going to happen? Is our president going to approve it or not? Most expectations point to some form of resolution in 2026. Okay, so delay doesn't mean there's rejection. This was supposed to happen in 25. It didn't. Okay, I'm glad that we're kind of taking our time so we don't find ourselves in a situation where our government shuts down over this discussion. It's just stronger negotiations where everybody comes closer to the middle with more trust and confidence moving forward in the crypto market. Okay. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. So in closing, crypto isn't waiting for a hype. It's waiting for rules, as we all know. There's some naysayers on there. The comments get goofy because you guys get emotional on this stuff. Just don't. It's not emotional. Okay. The charts don't show panic. Okay, like what we just saw. It's not these huge candles that are dropping off. It's just kind of this pause where everybody's just kind of taking their money. 2026 be a year. Regulation stops being a headwind and starts becoming a tailwind. Wouldn't that be nice, everybody? So, hey, with that said, just hang in there, y'all. Hang in there. I always appreciate you coming in here. If you would, please give me that thumbs up. If you got something out of this information right here, hit that like and subscribe. And we're going to just keep chipping away. Get that stuff done. We got Christmas coming up. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I hope you have time to spend with your friends and family in peace and contentment. Relax the physical body, right? Try to heal up. Those of you blue collar workers, I know what that's like. I got a little side handyman business where I've been getting, some of that work ain't tough. But I mean, it's tough. Some of that work is tough. Crypto Hop coming at you right here, signing off. Enjoy your holidays, everybody. Peace out.